Hey, what's up guys? Today is Tuesday, June 30th, and today we are going to go over the Paycheck Protection Program and how that expires today, as well as what the Senate is proposing to do with the extra money. We're going to talk briefly about the tax deadline, and we're going to talk about other tax-related topics. Let's get started. So as we've talked about in previous videos, the initial Paycheck Protection Program expires on June 30th. For those of you who have not applied, you may be out of luck. Most processors cut off their processing on June 28th in order to make sure that they would get applications in. However, there is one business that I'm still aware of that is accepting applications. That is bluevine.com, not Blue Line, Blue Vine with a V. They are still accepting applications. They are making a contingency saying that they do not promise that they will get the application through if you apply today, but they are still at least accepting applications. So if you'd like to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program, I would apply through them. As of now, the tax deadline is still July 15th. Like I said in a previous video, there is talk about possibly extending it to September 15th and maybe beyond, but as of now, your taxes are still due on July 15th. You need to have a tax return filed or file an extension by then in order to avoid late filing penalties, and your quarter 1 and quarter 2 estimated tax payments are also due July 15th for those of you who file quarterly tax payments. And lastly, there is still about $140 billion worth of Paycheck Protection Program money left. The Senate has been talking about what to do with that, and so 3 senators came together and proposed a bill. I'm going to read off a couple of the attributes because this is really new and I haven't memorized all of this yet. So Senators Ben Cardin of Maryland, Chris Coons of Delaware, and Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire have proposed the Prioritized Paycheck Protection Program Act. Now what this is going to be is this is going to be very similar to the initial PPP application. It's just going to be very focused on small businesses. So any of the big publicly traded businesses, anyone like that, are not eligible for this. So let's go over what's in what they're calling the P4, the Prioritized Paycheck Protection Program Act. So if you are self-employed or have under 100 employees, you could qualify for this new program. In order to qualify for the new program, you had to have lost and be able to prove that you lost at least 50% of your revenue from the previous period. This is really going to help a lot of my clients that are hairdressers, work in nail salons or tattoo artists, places like that that either haven't opened yet or maybe just opened in the last couple weeks. They've had almost zero revenue for months, and so they will very easily qualify for this. Also, some smaller restaurants that have taken a big hit will also qualify. It's going to be the same as before, where the loan will be 2.5 times your payroll, but if you're a pretty big company, the max loan on this is going to be $2 million. Like I said before, you cannot be a publicly traded company. The forgiveness terms will be the same as the initial PPP, so you'll need to spend the money on payroll, employee benefits, retirement contributions, rent, utilities, and those type of things. And then we've started getting some questions on who will have these programs. So you'll actually apply for the loan with the same lender that you used for the PPP. And so the way it's going to work is you have to have used your initial PPP loan in order to get this second round. And one thing that's pretty interesting about this, the bill reserves either $25 billion or 20% of the fund of money that is left for employers with less than 10 employees. And so this really caters towards those of you who are self-employed, independent contractors, have very small businesses. These were the people that were kind of left in the dust with that initial round of PPP money that came out. They got scooped up by all the big businesses. The most popular of those was the Lakers, who ended up sending the money back. But big businesses are not going to be included in this. And so this round is really going to help the small businesses that are still in dire need of help. So what do you think of P4? Do you think your business is going to qualify for it? I suggest looking into it. If you think you are going to be close to the 50% loss in revenue, definitely take a look, start preparing your documents, as these are going to be first come, first serve, and I expect that $140 billion to go quickly because there's still a lot of businesses in dire need of help, and if they would have opened it up to a second round of PPP, there would have been a lot of applications already. So have your documentation ready, start talking to your CPAs and your lenders, and get ready for this. It's not official yet, but I expect that something similar to this will pass in the next couple of weeks. All right, have a great day.